Okay, so how do we feel? It's been a good couple days here.
Hang on, I got it to you. Hello? Okay, so guess what this is? This is the Rick Talia at Farm Tech has a pretty fancy earpiece.
A very espionage kind of thing.
This is the Manitoba equivalent. It's big, it's orange, it's retro.
It's like Manitoba Bluetooth.
It's Manitoba Bluetooth. That's exactly.
Except it's orange.
Anyway, so there you go.
Roberta gave that to you?
No, Leanne.
Leanne, oh good.
Thumbs up, Leanne. Okay, so we're winding down CropConnect, very first one. I have had a fantastic 2 days. This is home for me, so it's felt like that.
And it's not minus 30.
It's not minus 30. It has been nice out, but you know what? Well done. Really have enjoyed these past 2 days.
Yeah.
Fantastic speakers, great layout. I had the pleasure this morning of interviewing Mark Linus, who is about to deliver the keynote address. And so he is an environmentalist who was very anti-GMO, anti-biotechnology, has since come around and now turned around.
He has seen the light.
He's seen the light. Well, I mean, he's written several books. He's coming at it from the perspective of these don't solve everything, but that there's fantastic potential in biotechnology, and that by banning it for maybe some of his point sort of was that it sort of went forward maybe with the wrong foot forward, right, and sort of got a bad rep, and now we've got to sort of recognize the potential of this technology.
So did he mention where he went wrong? Like what was his original assumption that was incorrect?
Well, yes and no. I think I did ask him that, and he sort of identifies that, the issue with GMOs as they first sort of rolled out was that they're very much associated with this idea of corporate greed and culture, and he really feels sort of that the where it sort of went wrong was where they first stepped out with herbicide tolerance as the first trait, in that people don't want to be reminded that their food is sprayed, and even though there are good things about, and so then we get Monsanto and we get the evil corporation and we get all that sort of stuff, and so it's a very emotional debate. So he has since, of course, sat down and combed through the science behind it and started to put science behind what happens, what doesn't happen.
So he let facts get in the way of a good story.
He really did. Yeah. So anyway, very interesting. I thought there was a really great balance of farm business. Lots of talk on succession planning, long-term business planning. Merle Good was here. He was talking about, land transfers, but also, having to actually farm with really expensive land rents without really great grain prices. We had some market outlook sessions. We had some discussions on basis.
Some good agronomy sessions.
And then the balance of that was some great agronomy stuff. So we've got, oh my goodness, we've got so many interviews coming out in the next little bit. But covered flax, covered soybeans, some really neat stuff. Some trials. This is the second year of the trials here in Manitoba with, Manitoba growing conditions and seeding rate trial, a rolling trial. There'll be some more work that we'll probably cover in the soybean school coming up this year about row spacing, because that one gets a little more complicated, but really just a really nice mix of sort of the business side and the agronomy side. So fantastic. And of course some fun. So you had a great time at the banquet.
Oh, I did.
Who did you get to sit with?
Well, so RealAgriculture sponsored the Farmer Saloon.
Yes.
The beer.
Yes.
Right, and so we were all having a good time, having a few some Budweisers and some Farmeries.
And some Farmery,
right?
Yes.
And so we were having the drinks, and Roberta came up to me and she said, actually, I have assigned seating for you, which usually means you're bad, but in this case, I think she thought I was being good.
Right.
And felt comfortable enough to put me sitting beside Dennis Hull, who is the guest speaker, who was he was awesome.
Hilarious.
He was really good in his keynote or his discussion. He had everybody laughing, and of course Dennis always cuts on the fringe of what someone
There were some cringeworthy moments.
There were some good ones. But he was really good at the table. He everybody that went to the mic, he was cutting them down. He was almost like he was testing material
before he even got up there.
So it was really good.
Well, I really kind of didn't know who he was because, I'm not really that big of a sports fan. But it didn't matter, right?
That's why I said you knew he was funny when you were laughing at
sports jokes. Who knew? Yeah, no. So that was really quite fantastic. And really enjoyed it. So great banquet. Yeah, it's just been a really good event.
Don't you think that attendance is the story of the week?
Yeah, like this is the first year for this exact conference. It's been, it's replaced the Special Crop Symposium, which was always a good event, but this has sort of bumped it up a little bit, included a couple more of the commodity groups, and they've been very happy with the crowd and with the trade show has been buzzing, and it's totally full. It just a really good vibe.
I'll tell you what, there was a lot of people that were saying, Manitoba farmers won't come to an event like something like this.
Right.
And one of the main reasons is that typically farm conferences across a lot of Canada are free. And so there's a movement, especially Manitoba, and there's a movement towards a fee.
Yeah.
Honestly, they had to have over 600 people here in the very first year. I think they should be very, very proud. I think it went very, very well.
Yeah, I think so too. And realistically, we go to a lot of these conferences. We sit on a lot of speaker sessions, and the value really is in obviously the networking and the people that you meet here and the business that you might do on the trade show floor. But it's also in, each of these. Each of the presentations had some sort of either agronomic information or business information that realistically is going to pay back your fee. 4, 5, 6, 100 times over, probably in one decision.
If you couldn't come here and get $100 worth of information today, you really weren't paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. So it's turned out, I think, really well. Really great mix, and
good news, we still have a country.
Yeah, right. So this was actually really neat. Of course, so the Olympics are on, and we are in the midst right here in between sort of the front desk, the bar, and the conference rooms. And so as lunch let out, of course, the hockey game was on, Canada versus Latvia, and it was 2-1. We were down to the last couple minutes, and it was kind of neat. It was kind of neat to see the whole bar was just packed.
Did you actually watch a hockey game?
I watched the last 30 seconds. Yay! Anyway, go Sportsing! Yeah. Anyway, so it was neat. It was neat to see everyone sort of hold their breath and watch, and a big cheer, and then everybody went to their session 10 minutes later.
I saw Stuart Skinner from Ontario. He tweeted that Canada can now take a deep breath.
Yeah, well, and I will say that last 20 seconds, everyone was like, a little quiet. So now I personally am looking very forward to Jennifer Jones in the gold medal curling game. Yes.
Which is tomorrow?
Oh, who knows? We'll find out.
This week.
Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm looking forward to. We better get this video up
quickly if we're going to refer to days.
Right.
Anything else?
Anyway, the coffee's terrible. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't bring up. Maybe I should start a rating system of the coffee at all the different conferences.
The squares were very good.
Oh, yeah. The dainties were delicious.
We
call them
very
dainties
good.
here. Yeah. So, but the coffee was terrible. So I just went to Tim's anyway. So whatever.
Did you?
I did.
Cheated.
I cheated. And I don't care. Who knows it?
Supper last night was unbelievably good. The chicken,
yes.
I thought it was great.
Yes, it was. And it was an excellent distraction for me because I was also seated at a table that...
yes.
Yeah.
So while I was sitting beside Dennis Hull and laughing...
And all the inappropriateness. I had to be incredibly, incredibly proper because I got sat next to a provincial ag minister. So... Yeah, I had a very good time, but I was on my very best behavior, and I did very well, and I think I deserve some sort of medal.
Did you bring up any horse track politics or anything like that?
No.
You didn't?
I didn't!
This was your chance.
No, it wasn't, because had I done that, bad things would have happened, and I would have never been invited back.
You were already 5 beers deep. You had the courage. You could have said,
I didn't need the courage.
Mr. Minister, will you please save our racetrack?
Oh, no. So anyway, I'll call him on my big orange telephone and see if Anyway, great conference, and we'll be back next year.
Well, this has been our wrap-up from CropConnect 2014, and we'll be here again next year for sure.
Absolutely.
We had a great time at the Farmer Saloon.
Yeah,
the Real Ag Farmer Saloon.
Let's do that again.
That was a good deal.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thanks a lot, everybody, and see you again next year.